Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we managed to successfully get out of Arilu's lab, not Arushale, different people, even if both demonic. Regardless, we got out of Arilu's lab, and have managed to actually get another level in our mythic path. We got some good stuff here. Everyone nearby us will now have outflank. So that'll be good. Anyway, now we do need to speak with a storyteller and then see what's going on in the middle of things. So, first off, examine the items I'm carrying. The storyteller's fingers run over the piece of old cloak.
I sense power. This item belonged to someone truly powerful. It was created as a gift. It's so hazy. I would like to learn this story, but it would take much to revive such a mighty relic. If you can get 5 vials of magic essence, 2 bars of cold iron, 2 vials of demon blood, and 3 skins of magical creatures, I will try to restore it.
Sadly, we don't have any of that. Especially not the skins. I haven't even encountered that yet. And I found a page. The storyteller clenches a page as he brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. It's been 2 years since I started to serve the darkness. She found me in the ivory labyrinth, her gaze piercing through all my protective spells, as if they had been cast by an untrained apprentice rather than the last archmage of Kyonin. She is powerful and insidious. She is the perfect assassin. Her name is Nocticula. She invited me to Lushanira, the city of demons in the depths of the abyss, the capital of the Midnight Isles. The Lady in Shadow highly values my ability to remain unnoticed. Kneeling before her throne, I listened to her praise and felt like a child being given a pat on the head for doing some simple chore for the first time. But this is no longer important. Now I serve a demon lord, for this is our agreement. She will help me decrypt the scribbles I copied in the ivory labyrinth. In return, I will serve as her court mage and spy for the next 17 years. Now Lushanira is my home and Nocticula is my lady in shadow. Tell me about your life in Lushanira. Of all the places in the abyss, Lushanira is the most civilized. My lady wants to make her capital the face of the abyss, a place travelers from other planes can visit without too much fear. I don't care. I am here only to complete my service, get the promised reward, and return to Galarian. However, strange as it may be, Lushanira's demons treat me honorably. They hate me, sometimes growl at me, but they never attack. I prepared many spells and am ready to use them at any moment, but I've had no reason to yet. I have my own tower in the upper city, not far from my lady's palace. I've strengthened it with protective spells and set golems to guard it. I created a portal to Galarian at the top of the tower, one which only I can use. It will be my escape route if I need to flee urgently. I expect an attack every day, but it never happens. This might sound ridiculous and surprising, but I think the demons of Lushanira respect me. You trusted a demon lord? My lady in shadow has no reason to hide the truth from me. She does not care about my research. She offered me help out of curiosity. I am something of a bizarre pet to her, both funny and useful. She offered me help and I agreed. I must thank my lady for her generosity. 17 years of service for translating 17 phrases from Baphomet's labyrinth. A bargain. Please continue. The storyteller stays silent for a short while as if listening to something. I can't smell anything but sewage. I can hear some demon snores or death rattles. Hidden by a cocoon of spells, I keep invisible watch in a dirty alley in Lushanira's lower city. 2 winged shadows sweep past overhead, and a terrible stone-splitting shriek rolls like a tide through the streets. But it can't hurt me. I know the ways of this city, and have protected myself from Valexia's wild antics. My voluntary partner, a young half-elf named Kinney, sighs loudly and says yet again, "They are not coming." I shrug, just as I have done every time before. I'm not keeping you. Kinney frowns and turns away in response. I sneak a look at my friend. His unruly locks fall over his face. Kinney carelessly sweeps them out of his eyes, thinking about something. I find myself enjoying his gentle movements and look away, embarrassed. Have a little more patience, my friend. Soon our goal will be here, I am sure of it. You mentioned Valexia. Tell me about her. The storyteller answers with reluctant admiration. The maddest succubus of all those born in the abyss. Even my lady in shadow can't but smile upon hearing of the latest mayhem she stirred up just for fun. Surrounded by her 3 succubi friends, known as the Sinners, she flies naked over the city, crushing buildings with her raging screams, grabbing poor passers-by, taking them up in the air, and dashing them down onto the rocks, getting into raging fights with no rhyme or reason. Truly, Valexia is the bane of Elutionera, but also its wild heart. I didn't expect to find out you had a partner. The storyteller's face lights up and a timid smile appears on his lips. I didn't expect it either. Kinney is from Galarian just as I am. He is a thief and a former slave. He escaped from the Cyclopes of the dying empire. I met him before I left Galarian for the Abyss in my old tower. A thief who sought not my life but shelter, a place to spend the night, and protection from his former masters. My charms worked. Kinney couldn't get past the ground floor of the tower. That's where I found him, sitting on the floor, entangled in my trap's living vines. I freed the hapless thief. I wasn't angry at his intrusion. I was even glad to talk with this restless youth of the short-lived folk. I had no idea how much I had missed companionship. After that, Kinney often spent the night in my tower, partaking of my hospitality. Together we lived through the terror of Earthfall, and when the time came, I took him with me to the Abyss. Recently, he has even helped me carry out some of my lady's tasks. Those that give him the opportunity to make some money. Does your partner know about your goal to save Galarian? Oh, yes. We've discussed my plans many times, sitting at the top of the tower, nursing goblets of warmed wine. Kinney shares my love for our dear Galarian and supports my desire to save its doomed civilizations. The storyteller smiles warmly at the rush of memories. My friend is not like me at all. He is young, hot-tempered, and mischievous. He prefers to act first and deal with the consequences later. Perhaps this is why we get along so well. Opposites attract. Please continue. Finally, my patience is rewarded. I see a slouching demon in rags, so pathetic that even the demon guards of Elutionera would not lay a hand on him out of disgust. But my spell-enhanced vision can't be fooled. I see the incubus Zephorian, the ruler of Elutionera, who answers only to the Lady in Shadow herself. Passing a step away from me, Zephorian stumbles and falls into a puddle of sewage, rousing disdainful chuckles from a few witnesses. But I won't be fooled by this game. Instead, I concentrate, becoming even more focused. My lord, I've discovered this crystal of unknown power on one of the Midnight Isles. Have a look. A hand holding a heart-sized crystal burning with purple flame emerges from under the rags. The incubus's hand is shaking, the skin on his palm slightly smoldering from touching the crystal. The demon's reflection in the puddle of sewage ripples and changes. I don't hear Zephorian talking to his mysterious lord. The incubus hides the purple crystal back under the rags. As you wish, my lord. No, Nocticula knows nothing about these crystals, I am sure. Of course, Lord Sokoth Benoth. I wince. I have no desire to stand in the way of a demon lord. I turn around. You see, Kinney, we were able to get evidence of Zephorian's treason. I was right. But my friend is nowhere to be seen. Who is Sokoth Benoth? A disgusting demon lord, champion of meanness, debauchery, perversions, and breaker of taboos. He is Nocticula's brother and former lover. Out of jealousy, he tried in vain to kill my lady, but he remained alive after the attempt. He is driven by fear, shame, and hatred toward his powerful sister. Please continue. I'm standing at the top of my tower. There is a goblet of warmed wine in my hand. Nocticula was pleased with my raid. Oh no, she won't kill Zephorian on the spot. My lady's punishments are much more sophisticated. Banishing, demotion, even transformation into the pathetic creature the incubus was masquerading as. Nocticula has a lot of choices. I don't care. I've done my part. I sip from my goblet and turn to my friend. Without saying a word, Kinney takes out a rag from under his shirt and shows me the purple crystal wrapped in it. I chuckle. That's where my friend went at the end of the raid. Well, we are going to keep the crystal. I will study its properties in detail and find out if it will help us achieve our goal. Nocticula doesn't have to know that I have the crystal now. Let her look to Sephorian or her demon lord brother for it. I drink from the goblet again and look down. Alushanira lies at the bottom of the tower like a faithful dog at the feet of its master. I earned respect here. Even the lady in shadow heeds my words. I feel a treacherous smile appear on my lips. Of course, when 17 years have passed, I will return to Galarian, but for now, I like my life here. The storyteller is quiet for a long while, thinking about what he saw, then runs his hand over his face, tired.
I served a demon lord, and what's more, I liked it. I did not expect this for myself. I was completely different. Different thoughts, desires, motives. What made me change so much? I don't know.
Well, I have one more page, and that's all I got for you. Okay, well, that's all we have to learn from you, I suppose. Now it's time for us to go back into the Citadel. See if there's anything going on. Oh, nope, nothing going on, but I do have just a few things I want to deposit into storage. Right in here, I want to put you, and you into there. The rest of this I'm holding on to, because who knows, I might need it in the future.
We do it my way.
And while we could take care of things now, I'm actually going to let a day pass. Because, well, we have things to do. Ivu, do you have anything to say? You do not. Oh. I am the dreadful dragon of destruction. I wreak chaos and devour the hearts of my foes. I am the dark knight of your futile hopes. And I'm not tiny at all. I just use my magic to become smaller and more agile. Yep. Phew, my scare away the demon speech is hard. I need to keep practicing. Ivu, you're adorable. And do you have anything to say? You do not. Alright. Okay then, Crusade Affairs. Should be easy enough. I am here specifically so that a day can pass. Because I want to get these decrees done. The researchers were divided on what exactly happened to the Sword of Valor. However, they did point out that the banner had belonged to Iomade back in her mortal life, and that it had gained miraculous properties, as if anticipating the ascension of its owner to divinity. Could its current change be an indication of the commander's great future? And also, the staff council needs a meeting. We could disclose the letters for Krennic. That is going to take a long time, but it is a decent boost. The Bell of Mercy. 7 days, +1 bonus to AC against demon units' attacks. That's actually pretty good. Distributing provisions does not matter. And Outpost to Bastion, we need more of that, more materials points. Which we're not that far away from, 56 a day. You know what? We'll do the Bell of Mercy. By the time it's done, we'll be ready to upgrade the other thing and get other things built. I think this is fine. And I guess we can get started on disclosing the letters obtained from Krennic. Fine by me. Now then, Staff Council. Hello there.
Hail, Commander.
Captain Harmatton salutes.
Permission to report. Although the desertion has been halted, not everyone appreciated your methods. A circle of discontents formed within the officers' ranks, calling themselves the Wary. There are no blatant signs of sedition, otherwise they would have been arrested. Still, their talk is concerning. We can't rely on them, we need our own trusted officers. I suggest enlisting some of the volunteers. We get some very capable fighters among the fresh blood every day, the kind that could be made sergeants straight away. We need those who know the meaning of honor. We'll call paladins and knights from reputable orders, and they'll serve as an example to our soldiers, boosting everyone's morale, too. Officers who are unworthy of their rank can always be replaced. We can identify experienced sergeants with reliable records of results, and then promote them.
Mendev is full of promising youths who were overlooked when their seniors were promoted to serve in your army. We can call them here, award them rank, and they'll be grateful to us until the end of their days.
So why exactly are these wary unsatisfied? We raised the privates' pay and gave them enhanced rations with expected results. Unfortunately, some of the officers felt themselves deprived of these benefits. They're now spreading dangerous ideas.
So they were expecting bribes?
The opportunists.
I did warn you. Elites always take offense when gifts and affections of the authorities are directed to someone else.
And one more thing. I apologize if this sounds disrespectful, but these are the sentiments within the ranks. For an entire century, the Queen was the face of the crusade. Even though she personally appointed you as commander, many still consider you an upstart unworthy of the high title. Many officers and soldiers dream of Her Majesty taking the lead.
Let's discuss our options in further detail.
As you command.
Sela, what's your plan? We need the most honorable, loyal officers. Where else can we find them but among the chivalric orders and paladins? We'll invite valiant knights to Dresden and make them officers. They are the best hope for a crusader army. Oh, that sounds fabulous, but there's just one tiny little problem. Who do you think has been filling these positions until now? Did it truly not cross my dearest cousin's mind to recruit your favorite paragons of honor and faith as officers? Your proposal is to repeat exactly the same thing that's been going on without you for the last 100 years.
Regil, what do you suggest? Appointing officers from the outside is a mistake. We should move our most distinguished privates up the ranks. The troops will be more eager to trust their former comrades and try to climb the ladders themselves. Of course, these officers will also prove more loyal than newcomers invited from who knows where.
There's some truth to that. I became who I am by making it all the way from a thief to a paladin. But soldiers need not just generals, but mentors too. They need officers who embody honor and bravery, showing the true meaning of those virtues as someone once showed me.
Dayrin, your opinion?
Oh, there are plenty of ambitious young men and women in Mendev waiting for the chance to prove themselves. They'll move mountains for whomever gives them this chance. The aspirations of hot-headed youth are the best fuel for war. Sure, why don't we invite some privileged youths as our officers? Gamblers, status seekers, fops, and brilliant poets unappreciated by the masses. That's what's been missing in our commanding ranks.
I can see that the Count misses the high life dearly, and would like to invite along the entirety of the capital's leisure class to join him in carousing. I can't stop him, so he can invite them to his heart's content, but not to serve here as officers.
Captain Harmatan?
There are volunteers arriving every day with some quite capable people in their midst. I wasn't a rookie when I joined the Crusade, after all. I had 100 years of military experience. We can rely on these new leaders to replenish our command staff.
Should we entrust the lives of our soldiers to strangers? I'm not so sure. So let's see. For knights and paladins, our infirmary size increases. That's good. For promoting those among the privates, bonus experience gained for generals. For Dayrin, Master of Maneuver, increasing size of army, pretty good. And for Harmatan, +5 bonus to combat morale. These are all pretty good. All of them are actually really good. So I need to pick from the... I mean, infirmary size is probably the most useful. Increasing the size of our army would also be good, but we're kind of at the limit for that. We'd need to hire more units in order to continue on with that, so I don't think we need to do Master Maneuver quite yet. Plus, I mean, honestly, that would be, again, hiring in the nobles who don't really have any experience. From a lore perspective, I don't think I necessarily like it that much. Next, let's see. The Knights and Paladins, like they said, this has been what's been going on, but that infirmary size boost is very good. The ranks of volunteers, again, what they lack would be experience. So I'm not sure about that, and heroic officers isn't really the best. Regil has a very good lore reason for doing it. I mean, choosing those who are deserving from it, that would be very good, in all honesty. Striving for distinction, which is a bonus to experience gained, would level up our generals a lot faster. I am torn between the infirmary size or the experience. You know what? We'll take the lore reason. Regil, choose those deserving of promotion among the privates. Certainly. I already have the list prepared. I can present it immediately so that those who have excelled can be fairly rewarded for their performance. I hope that these measures will solve the issue at hand. If we have further complications, I will call another council at once. Excellent. Now, let's send our armies out to where they were going to go. It does need to be done. Now, let's see. So, Setsina's Wrath was heading that way. You are heading all the way down. Okay, you're gonna give some more to Setsina's Wrath. Agaboya's scouts are... Ah, right, they're gonna try and take out that demon army. It's a bold attempt, but we can give it a try. As for Setsuna, you can easily clear out that army. That's not going to be a problem. And you can march your way around towards this direction to clear out these armies. Let me just drop a save before we do this. Alright, attack the army. Alright, let's see here. Fireball. Surprisingly less than I expected, but we can at least do a lot. Can kill a lot of those giant flies. And you can actually finish off those giant flies. Your turn. Wow, that is close. Alright, and you guys are gonna wait here. Zombies move closer, fireball them. I think the main thing with zombies is they're tanky. Nearly killed that group. Alright, we need to whittle this one down as much as we can. Alright, fireball one more time. And we got him. There we go, and... dealt with. Not too bad, now was it? Crusaders closely examined the remains of the miners' caravan that ventured too far north in its reckless search of profit. They collected a lot of rare and expensive wares, but were never to return to their homeland. Kinda sucks a bit, but okay. And it looks like that's as far as you can go. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a nap, because I think we need it. Alright, easy enough. Now then. Over to... rest. Should be simple enough. I'll take the one... Oh, we have a new one, don't we? Yeah, Skullberry Pie. Fast healing 1 for a day. I do not really care about that. We'll go with that one. Continued without fatigue. Listen, Ember, I respect your passion for making the world a better place, but some of your ideas are too radical. particularly the way you try to turn people away from worshipping the good deities. I simply say what is true. Are you upset that people are listening to me? Please don't be upset. Alright, easy enough. And with that... oh, hold on. Okay, hello. An entire grove seems to be heading your way. A creaking procession of treants and moving trees approaches you, their leaves rustling.
Greetings, Lushbringer, O most worthy leader of the Free Crusaders,
says the treant whose bark is cracked and gnarled.
I am Scarenthal, the Rock Cleaver. Like everyone else who has come with me, I am a guardian of the perished woods of Sarkoris. Demons are our sworn enemies. They destroyed or corrupted our forests and drained or poisoned the rivers that nurtured them. Unable to cope with the loss, many of my brethren have succumbed to insanity. Where spring sap once flowed in their veins, now only fury and madness remains. Those of us who retained our sanity guarded the last remaining pockets of forest in the whirlwind without hope. But then, with one wave of a mortal's hand, the abyss-blighted soil was turned into a flowering garden. When we learned of this miracle, we came here to support you and your cause. For the sake of the forests that perished and those that will be born on the healed land.
The treant pauses and ends his oration on a grand note.
I beg you, O most worthy one, to recruit us as free crusaders, and allow us to join the ranks of your allies and fight under your banners.
Tree Crusaders. Sure, why not? Falai-Galasan, you should bear in mind that the treants are accompanied by quickwoods, carnivorous plants that often hunt humans. Recruiting them would be akin to letting a pack of ravenous wolves loose in your house. You sense a faint note of anger in the rustling and creaking coming from Scarenthal and his fellow creatures.
Do not insult us so, stranger. We wouldn't have come all the way here and extended the branch of friendship and support just to betray our allies' trust. Treants are shepherds to quickwoods, and will ensure they do harm to no one. You don't expect us to abandon them to the demons, do you? They too are living creatures just like you and every other crusader.
But can you really be assured that your chargers won't harm anyone? Look, Falai, the best choice for you and those who trust you would be to refuse to accept them as crusaders. Still, if you choose to let them join, make the treants tell you where their groves are located, and promise to burn them down in retaliation for the quickwoods' wrongdoings, should there be any. Threaten our ally for something they have not yet done and probably never will? Out of the question. I will accept Scarenthal and his friends as my allies without these cruel conditions. The treants and quickwoods respond with agitated humming and rustling. For a moment you feel like you're standing under a dense canopy in the middle of a downpour.
Thank you, Lushbringer. Your trust is an honor, and we will prove ourselves worthy of it. Now, if you'll allow me, we have heard tell of a special ritual you perform over your allies. Unite them as crusaders. We don't quite understand all the details of these titles and regalia, but we'd not like to see ourselves going without. We want to be full-fledged members of your company.
Genuine enthusiasm rings in the treant's voice. I will knight you, but you must learn how to play music. Scarenthal makes a halting attempt to creak through the tune.
Your customs are quite unusual, but intriguing. Thank you for the honor. We'll head to your court and help our brothers and sisters in whatever way we can.
Okay, so we'll have treants on our side. Nice. And with that, I will end this episode here. next episode, I need to look at the crusade again, and then we're going to start making our way south to, back to Canabras for land. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is me, hidden underneath the dinosaur. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous, and I shall see you all next time.